The Olympics throws a wrench in everything. I think people need to be. That's a good topic. Can we get into that real quick? People need to be wary of why also LeBron James and them want to do this Olympic thing again. Do they really need to like have America's back again and show that we're the greatest? I think people know we have the greatest basketball players in the world. I understand Giannis and Nikola and Luka and these guys are great and they are some of the best players in our league.
They just don't play on the same team over there.
No, and it's also if the other 440 players are like American, so like y'all got some heavy hitters. I can give you that, but over a grand scale, America still has the best basketball players in the world, and it's not close. So we need to prove that again, and LeBron and them definitely have an emphasis to do that. They don't have to though. So then you're asking, well, why do they really want to? I don't know. Recruiting?
Paris?
Yeah.
It's
not a bad place to be.
At all.
I'm sure they'll be there 4 or 5 days before they play and 4 or 5 days after they're out. Or when they win. They'll probably stay an extra couple of days and enjoy Paris for real.
Yeah.
It's going to be nutty.
The players talking. I already saw Chris Paul's thinking about going to the Lakers. That's a possibility. I don't know how much that helps them because Chris Paul's at this point in his career.
Yeah, I don't know
how effective he is.
I don't know what that does either.
Yeah, but yeah, you never know what could happen. I mean, I would love to see. I don't know if I would love to see Steph and LeBron team up. So maybe I'm gonna take that back.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, but people
listen. When I say that, people think I'm being a hater, and I'm not. I understand from the aspect of a fan what that type of marvel would bring of those two being on the same team. I get that. You know what I mean? It's like actual Marvel. It's like Avengers meeting up. You got like Captain America and Iron Man like being on the same team. I get all that. But then there's an aspect of just competitiveness and just like, I don't want to say old school because I know I'm not an old school guy. I'm a 90s baby, but still, like I like that cloth better than this buddy shit. I don't want them on. I don't want Bird and Isaiah on the same team. I didn't want Bird and Jordan on the same team. I didn't want Bird and Magic on the same team. I didn't want Magic and Jordan and Isaiah and Jordan. I don't want them linking up.
It's a little too much like Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley linking up with the Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon. Then they didn't. That's not
even the same thing because we're talking about the two greatest of our era.
Yeah,
it'd be like it would be like Magic and Bird being like, why don't we get on the same team? It doesn't happen. If we're talking about the Magic and Bird of our era, it's Steph Braun, bro, of this era. And I throw Kobe in there, but Kobe has his own thing. Kobe was before those two emerged.
Right.
Kobe was like the first adversary to LeBron. It really speaks to how fucking great LeBron is. He's had multiple adversaries. It was first LeBron and Kobe. Kobe, LeBron, rappers had songs about it. Jeezy had a song about it. I think like 3 other rappers had like songs about Kobe, LeBron. Like, who are you with? There was that one point in time where you had to choose. I could tell what type of man you were by who you were. It was like a thing. It's like being a race. What ethnic background are you?
Yeah.
Persian. What are you? I'm mixed. You Kobe or Braun? It was like a thing.
Well, now it's LeBron and Michael. Now LeBron is surpassed all that
exactly.
stuff.
That's what I'm saying. But that's how it was at one point. And then it was LeBron, Steph, because Steph kept like winning these rings and shit. Even though KD was better. It was very weird. We can get into that another time. But
You got LeBron like battling the old Pistons with Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, and now you fast forward, LeBron's going up against like Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. And it's just like this guy's probably like, dude, I've just seen so many different people. Like those guys I went up against, the kids are playing them now.
Imagine like 2008, 2007 LeBron, bro. Just playing against Nicole and them, bro. This guy would fucking be punching it all over the court. They wouldn't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
People forget how good this dude was, bro.
Yeah.
Austin, I wanted to talk to you about this specific topic. I think you're the perfect guy to do it. 1, you're an Adidas guy. And 2, you were teammates with Anthony Edwards last year. So, the narrative these days is that he's one of the most, if not the most relatable superstar in the NBA right now. I mean, who else could get this freaking bring your ass thing over like he has, right? It's just a meme at this point. And that's really started to show his superstardom anyway, just not on the court, but really with his pseudo off the court endeavors, like his basketball shoe, for instance, the Adidas AE1s. Before we get into the shoes themselves, you've been around Ant up close. You were his teammate last year in Minnesota. What is it about him that makes him so relatable to you and then, to the masses, to the people?
Well, I think there's an unapologetic energy that he carries with himself. I think sometimes he says things that might not even be correct, but because it's just unapologetic and it's complete emotional and he wears his heart on his sleeve, people are able to like embrace him and relate to that. he has a level of normalcy with him. He doesn't come to the game dressed in crazy attire. He comes to the game with sweatpants and flip-flops. You know what I mean? He speaks from the heart. He's funny. He's got a great smile. He's a good-looking guy. His game is fun to watch. He's athletic. He's a 3-level scorer. So, like, you have the aspect of basketball that's exciting. He's vertical. And every time you have a player that's able to play vertical, Kobe, Michael, guys who can finish in the air, aerodynamic, it's very marketable. And then you match it with the personality and charisma, which we saw in Hustle. We've seen in the commercials he has. You've seen it with the little sound bites and interviews he gets. You're able to kind of like peel back this onion of layer and layer of why people have excuses to like him. And there's multiple reasons. And anytime a guy has multiple reasons to be liked, he's going to be well liked. And Ant has all those things going for him, for sure.
I mean, you talked about the marketability of Ant, and I mean, he has one of, if not the hottest hoop shoe out right now, the AE1s. I feel like it's approaching that iconic first signature shoe. And, you know, I'm going to run down a couple of them just that have been done throughout history. So the Jordan 1s, obviously. T-Mac 1s, one of my favorite hoop shoes of all time. Iverson 1s, like the questions, although I guess you could debate. Is it the 2s
are probably his most...
the 4s, I think, were the most like iconic. The zippers.
4s with the zipper, right?
Opinion. Yeah. So, like, that was finals run, 2001, Iverson.
Yes,
Lakers,
that's his most iconic shoe.
Yeah. So you could debate that. Penny 1, iconic. LeBron 1 lately has become iconic. The Kyrie 1s, I'm gonna throw them up.
LeBron 1's tough too, yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously early, but with the AE1s themselves, how do those hold up to those iconic first signature shoes?
Well, I love the design of it. The low tops look crazy. Those are the ones I got to test out first. I got a couple of pairs of the mid tops as well. So it's just really preference of whether you're a mid or a low top sneaker guy. But now that they have both out or soon to be out, you'll be able to have, you know, the ability to wear both. The design looks cool, looks clean. They're heavy. They're a little heavy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're a little bit heavy, but it's a fire sneaker though, man. It's a fire sneaker. And he crushed it.
Performance-wise, with you rocking them yourself, how have they been?
They've been good. I've hooped in them a couple times, and Ant's shoe has been fine. So I think they knocked it out the park. I mean, people were on Twitter talking about, Ant keeps this up, I'm gonna start wearing his shoe with jeans. Anytime your shoe can get worn with jeans, that means something's going right. You know what I mean?
So I'm glad you brought that up, because I believe that's one of the biggest signifiers and compliments that any shoe can have is hitting people wearing your shoe with regular clothes, right? Especially jeans, like you said.
Yeah, wearing a basketball sneaker in casual wear is the ultimate sign of the design.
There was that era of people who were rocking LeBron 9s, which are one of the most on-court basketball performance shoes, probably design-wise, in history. And people were rocking them with jeans, right? Just because it was Bron.
Like South Beaches? People like the South Beaches with some jeans. Yeah.
The Nike Hyperflights. I don't know if you remember those from like 01, 02, like with jeans. And like in retrospect, insane. But recently, there's been a movement of people rocking AE1s with jeans. Even one of my favorite rappers has been wearing them with jeans, Wale. And Adidas has had some great hoop shoes over the years. But what do you think, especially since you've been wearing them on the court, why are these the first ones that have really kind of crossed over to everyday wear for people, especially on like the Adidas side? Like, I know there's obviously Dame and Donovan Mitchell, but these ones have really started to like really flirt with that, like, oh, I could wear these every day.
Oh yeah, well yeah, no one ever wore the other shoes like that. Yeah, for Adidas, as of lately, this is the first shoe that we've had as a basketball sneaker that could even approach that conversation of where people are wearing it casually or even have that desire to. And a lot of that is due to the player himself. Jordan's sneakers looked good, but remember in the moment, people were iffy about the design of it. Obviously, all those aged well over time, but it started with the product becoming cool because of who the player represented, and that was Jordan. And people have fallen in love with Ant, so you almost want the sneaker to do well. You know what I mean? And then it doesn't feel as corny wearing it because you're like, yo, I'm wearing Ant's sneaker. And people are like, oh yeah, he's dope. So the sneaker's dope. And then you start looking at the design a little bit more subjective and or a little less subjective. And you start, really buying into it and understanding why he chose it and all these different things. It's like, how many trends of things everyone wears, and then 4 or 5 years later, you're like, that was whack. Why did I wear it? Why did I wear it? Because it was cool. Anthony Edwards is a cool guy. So he's getting that nod already. And then you add to the fact that the sneaker's designed well and it looks good. And it is actually doesn't look bad with jeans or like little casual fits that you go with shorts and like fresh tees and stuff. Especially the colorways are fire. The peach, the all blue. You know, he's got some really cool colorways out with it as well. Adidas has marketed it very well. You know, everything he says ends up being a soundbite. He has the swag, the persona, the smile, the athletic ability, the game. He's got everything. So like the sneakers, just everything's fit for it to do well. And I think that all ties into when someone buys that product, they feel like they're like, I'm part of this movement right now that's going and like, it's cool. So I think that goes into it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for the Bring Your Ass colorway. It's just Timberwolves colors.
Yeah.